Hey there everybody, it's Atherbeer Stan back here with another edition of the Forestry Playthrough on the Infinity server. Let's get right into it because we got a lot to do. So first of all, we got our automation going. Let's just check in on everything a little bit. We've got a stack of drones in there and a stack of drones in here. And this is what we're going for. See, we're starting to pile up some drones. We got a bunch of the spy product. That's the good thing about automation. It's also the good thing about being in a town because other people are around and they keep these chunks loaded. Oh, whoops, that's not the right machine at all. Okay. So I did this, and this is important because we're going to use this mechanic in order to manage fuel, because these things will just run forever unless you manage the redstone signal somehow. So what is happening here is I made this comparator, and it gets an input, and then you can adjust that input in some way, and then it gets an output, right? And the output will be the signal strength. So what we've got here is a redstone torch which has an output of 15 right next to it. So we've decreased that by placing it farther away down to an output of 12. What that means in short speak is that anytime the output of this block is greater than 12, this will shut the engines off. See, so right now we're burning fuel and it turned the engines on automatically. So this is a different kind of comparator. This is the Minecraft comparator, and this is the Project Red integration comparator. And you just need this to pull the redstone signal out of the block and translate it into a signal that this thing can understand. This is the one that's doing the work. So there's that. Let's grab a wee bit of this good stuff and go check out some bees, because this is what we were working on. This was our first crossbreed, and we instantly got a common drone, which may or may not help us. We'll see. We noticed none of those had forestry traits, forest drone traits. So let's see what our queen is. Meadows Forest, so we got a hybrid there. Meadows Forest again. And a common forest. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that common bee aside, and we're going to put these guys aside. We're going to make another kind of apiary today, a special purpose apiary. And we're going to talk about cloning, but we'll get to that in a minute. We want to go, bees make flowers, and this flower, the death bloom, gives you the wither effect. So careful when doing bees. We want to gather up some of our produce. We're going to come back over here to the trees in just a bit too. Hopefully we don't die. That's embarrassing. So those guys are doing their thing. We'll check on that. What we need is an apiary. I think we might have one in the carpenter. Oops, wrong machine. No, but we've got a couple of these guys, which means we can make apiaries right quick. Oh, but we need more wood. There's wood inside. We can do that. No, what do I not have? Thought I had some planks. Not enough. Oh, I don't have enough actual planks. Oh no, never mind. We've got enough of those. And what this is going to do, cloning is really simple. Cloning is really simple. Every time you breed trees, you're trying to reinforce the traits that you want. Right? No matter what the bee is, unless you're just running it through to run it through, to like we are over here. Like we are over here, we're just running bees through to get produce. And eventually, that'll be the point. We just want produce. We want to breed species that give us resources that we want. But in the meantime, all breeding is all about reinforcing the species trait that you want. So we want to get our queen, our princess, back to a pure state. Right now she's mixed. We don't want to try to cross a mixed bee. That has very unpredictable results, and it rarely ends well. So, so we want to start diamond chest. We want to start with fresh bees, something ignoble, and we've got tons of forest drones over here, right? So now we've got a fresh set of bees to crossbreed. So we're not trying to mess with this. Now what we're going to do with this guy, I guess we could just use this apiary next door. Oh, I grabbed the wrong ones. Yeah, this will work. So we want to take 6 meadows drones. Now these are purebred meadows drones. So if we put them in this slot, whatever happens when this bee gets taken out, it'll get sucked out with the automation that we're about to install, and it'll get spit back in. But what'll happen is there's already a drone in here that is this pure breed, and so the stats are going to get reinforced on this bee every time it comes back through. And because it's only been bred once, it'll probably only take 2 or 3 cycles to get a purebred bee, but 6 is pretty much the magic number. You're going to get it pretty much every time with 6 bees. So to do that, I'm just going to quick throw down, just like we did over there. We'll do an extract and an insert on 5, and then we need a chest, just a little output chest. Oh, the emerald. There's a good story about the emerald, but I don't want to go into it too much. I want to stick to forestry because forestry is intense. There's a lot going on. Insert on 0. So that'll just be strictly an overflow. It'll always try to put the queen and any drones back into here. And the way that you know that you've successfully cloned this bee is that this number, instead of going down every time the bee cycles through, the drones will begin to stack again. And so you'll see this number start to go back up. So anytime this number is over 6, well really over 5, because we've already cycled 1 bee out of it, then you know that you've got success, and then you can start crossing that bee again. And that works with any species. You can take any species of bee from that chest and breed it 6 or 7, maybe 8 times at the most. I've never really had to go past 6, but let's say worst case scenario 8 times. Then that's all you got to do. That's it. And when we get into apiarist pipes, then you can set those up. You can program the sorting in those to give you specific species of bee. So you can say, every bee of this type needs to go, I forgot one thing, needs to go in this chest, and every bee of this type, any bee that's not a purebred bee, needs to get spit back into a cloning chamber to get purified. And yeah, you can automate all kinds of really cool bee stuff. So the next aspect of forestry that we want to get into, we want to touch on real quick here. Oh wait, that's not where that goes. So now you can see these blocks are turned gray. So any of these gray blocks, you break them with a grafter. I found these in a chest. See, that was a different one. We'll see what that's all about in just a minute here. See, we're getting a pretty good variety of saplings off of here. These are all the mutations that can happen between a birch tree and an oak tree. Oh, I can see the bees get around. So you can see they're reaching trees over there from my little tree farm where I was harvesting wood and crossing there, so we can even get potential. This grafter's lasting a long time. Is this special grafter? No, maybe they just last longer now. Oh, it's because I had 2. Yeah, I'm working on the second one now for sure. Unfortunately, it looks like a lot of these are stacking, which means they're probably nothing special. But we got common beech. We got more silver birch. Let's go check on our centrifuge real quick. Yeah, plenty of that good stuff, and we can make more. Oops. Switch over to the treealizer. Oh, we already got some honey in there. Silver lime, that's the one we were after. That's just a base tree. Silver birch. So these, see, now you start getting into active and inactive traits. So it's an active silver birch. When you plant it and you grow it, it'll be a birch tree and it'll give you birch wood, but it's got these inactive traits. And it talks about this tree will bear no fruit, but it has the potential to have palms. And on the inactive side, it has no potential, which means they got crossed, because normally that's the birch tree that has no potential. So interesting things like that happen. You start to see patterns. You see a lot of times that things get crossed over like that. We got a purebred common beech. You get, pretty much when you have mutations, they're going to be pure trees most of the time, as opposed to a crossbreed. So that's two important distinctions to make, is that there's a crossbreed and a mutation. And a crossbreed will take attributes of both parent trees, whereas the mutation tends to become a new tree altogether with its own set of characteristics that are completely independent of the parent trees, to put it shortly. So we're going to take down what we got here. We're not going to worry about getting any further saplings off of this, and we're going to harvest them completely, as opposed to trying to recross, because we don't want any of those weird saplings interfering with our new breeding. So the year in review, what are we after? Chestnut. Sweet chestnut sapling, which is common walnut and hill cherry. You can also go silver lime. That's interesting. I like hill cherry better, to be honest. Silver birch and silver lime. We just got both of those things. So, one cow and one cow. Oh, graphic glitch or something, I don't know. And then one over here. I don't have any bone meal. We don't need these on for a while. Got myself some pretty decent armor. We got not an unlimited supply of experience points, but a reasonable amount. So we, over time, can get some pretty decent enchants on things. Bone meal is what I'm after. Might be some bones in here. We get the random skeletons in there occasionally. Yeah, there we go. Get these trees growing, because it's a slow process to begin with. We don't really need delay. Oh, hello. So that was 2 grafters, and that basically got us what we needed to progress on to the next. You got to make sure too that there's not any leaf blocks above your apiaries, which is largely just about placing trees properly. I had them a little close last time and they weren't doing anything, they were just hanging out. So while we're waiting for all of that to go on, we need to run inside and track us down some supplies. We're going to make ourselves an auto farm because lots of reasons. Because auto farms are cool and they're a really big part of forestry, and there's about 1,000 ways to automate the growth of various crops, but you're going to see that the auto farm offers you some particular advantages that others absolutely do not. So we want to look up the farm block. That's the core, and I'm going to go big. We want to make the largest size that we possibly can. Now you can craft these with various blocks in this slot, as you see. So you can customize the look of your smeltery a fair bit. Sandstone, chiseled sandstone, bricks if you are feeling fancy, so on and so forth. But mostly we need a lot of copper, and then we need our thermionic fabricator and a whole bunch of tin and some redstone. So that's what we're going to start with. Somewhere around here, one of these chests has machines and such in it. It's always the last one you look in, right? Where in the world? What have I done with my thermionic fabricator? Oh. Maybe that would have been the spot I would have thought to find that. That is somewhat unfortunate. Okay, there we go. Start over. Thermionic fabricator, we're going to need some sand, which hopefully we've got a little. I still got fuel. We're going to need not the copper immediately, but we're going to need the tin. Lots and lots and lots of it. Get rid of that thing. It's poison. Can't sleep on slabs. This is my enchanting table. I often find myself in need of low-level enchants, so it has some retractable bookshelves and also some more retractable bookshelves, so depending on the level of enchantments you want, it's a little bit adjustable. It's a good time. So I took the thermionic fabricator down, and this is an important thing to note because it creates a constant draw on the system. Like you can see, it's going to charge up. It only holds a wee bit of RF. And then it just runs. So it'll run these things dry of power. And that's one of the reasons for the auto farm is that it actually has a peat bog mode that will mine this peat for us and fuel these engines for us. So even though we're going to advance on to bigger and better power supplies, we're going to continue to mine the farm off of, or to power the farm rather, the farm itself off of peat. So this whole setup right here is going to get moved, minus the machines, is going to get moved to power the farm, which I haven't even figured out where we're going to put it yet. This place is starting to get crowded, so we're going to have to move out a little bit, maybe over the water here. Maybe this little island will become our auto farm. But anyway, I digress. Oh, we're going to need some redstone as well. But there's a couple of stacks in here. One anyway. That thing's overflowing. This stuff doesn't need to be in here at all. Oh, Seth, vacuum hopper. Okay, anyway, we'll worry about that later. Ain't no thing right now. So the way this works, I don't know if you saw the recipe, but the recipe for, they're called vacuum tubes. It looks like this, and it, did I do that right? Oh, it's not registering because we don't have sand there, but anyway, it's whatever material you're making. Oh, electron tubes. Sorry. Gives you all the different things. These are used to modify different things. See, so yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Right now, it's just a crafting ingredient, step by step. So the last thing we need in here is some sand, which it will melt. Now it's crafting. Bing, bing, bing. So if we load this up, it's just a matter of power, basically. See how that goes? So what we need is about 2 stacks of these. What we end up needing is about 2 stacks of farm blocks. 48, 52, 56, 60, 60 doesn't get us there. We need just a couple, 60 might get us there. We need just a couple more tin, but we'll get there eventually. This will get us close enough for the moment, and then I think we want to make some room in our inventory. Just for now, I'll sort that stuff out later. storing bees and trees and sorting bees and trees, that's a whole tutorial potentially in and of itself. So we want to break this guy and just not have him sitting there drawing energy, and we'll go ahead and put that in there as well. So we need copper, and we need wooden planks, and we need our blocks. And I think I want to get a little bit fancy. I haven't done any math, so we're going to guesstimate. I'm going to do a 5x5x5s, I think is the largest size. I better double check that. So I want to do the frame of that, which is going to be 18 and 12, 30. I want to do 30 of them out of nether quartz. That'll get us 32. And I want to do the remainder out of nether brick. Hopefully, if I have enough nether brick, we shall see. I got this nether brick incidentally by smelting netherrack, so we can get more. It's not really a thing. So we are going to need another half a stack of nether brick, so let's get that going real quick. Throw that in there, still got fuel. Oh, and we need copper. It would have been just a tad bit shy on the copper too. But I think we actually need 125 blocks, not a full 128, so we should be fine, I think. Oops. I cannot click to save my life today. Alright. Farm block. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we want to do quartz pillar? How do we get that? Oh yeah, we can do that. I think I only want to do 12 of those. Yeah. So the recipe was, let's just look at it, it's going to fly all over the place if I do that. Not that recipe. Copper on top, wood on the bottom. Copper. Wood. Oh, we're woefully undersupplied for this. I might have to go mining. Oh man. Well, we'll see where this gets us. Maybe we can make a small one. Copper on the top, wood on the bottom. And then our tubes and our materials. So 12 of those guys gets us that. 20 of those. So there's some farm blocks. What does that leave us with? We need another stack of copper, basically. No, we need 2 stacks. Yeah, another stack of copper and 3. Man, oh man. Okay, well, we're still waiting on some of that stuff to happen anyway. We need more nether brick. I'm gonna grab, if you're interested, I'll show you how I mine recently. This guy has got a little bit of wear and tear on him. I've been loaning him out and people don't repair him. He's got auto repair, but it's kind of slow. I'll give you a little taste. The hammer of Stan. Go down here and find a suitable location. Right about here. Silk touch, hammer, pretty much for the win. does get slowed down by dirt, which is unfortunate, but what are you going to do? I pretty much just tunnel through with whatever's in hand until I can bash stuff with my hammer again. Anyway, a little twist on the branch mine. Hammer makes it fast. It's not anything new, it's just fast. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so here's another thing out of forestry that I just made a couple episodes ago, and I didn't even think about it, that it came out of forestry, or I would have saved it. But these bags, backpacks, there are a zillion different varieties. They all store different things. In this case, the digger's backpack stores things like dirt and cobblestone and various just blocks that you might mine up as you're down in the depths. And then the miner's backpack stores all of your ores and redstone and coal and lapis and those sorts of things, your treasure drops from your loot from your hard labors down in the mines. Now, a key feature of these guys is that you can see this one says it's in resupply mode, and this one is not in any mode. They have different modes. If you shift and right click, that one is locked, meaning it will not pick up any items. That one's in receiving mode. If you go in your inventory, that means it'll accept items. This one is in resupply, which means if you take it, let's see what's in there. So we got a little bit of dirt in there. Here's a good example. Okay, 16 dirt. If we shift and right click on that, the dirt goes in the barrel. And you can go by and if you shift and right click, like on this chest for example, then now everything's in the chest. So those things are super cool. Put that one. Anyway, I wanted to check in and share you with that. I was making some alamite to repair my hammer because it was getting close to breaking. So I'll be back when I have some copper. Alright, we are back. And we have what we need, I think. Yeah, some of it's in here. We need more planks. Yeah, okay. More than that. That's a little bit too many, but whatever. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not enough. That should do us. Okay. Something like that. That leaves us, I think, actually one short. I'm pretty sure. Oh, there's some tin. That gives us enough with this in here. This is ironic. Well, hey, hello. The pick that I'm using does significantly more damage than my sword, so the sword is just for fighting endermains and getting ender pearls. What did we come out here to look at? Thermionic fabricator. Choose some power. Start the engines running. That system's working well. That was the test run. We need some sand. Took all the glass. That's alright. We can make more. That's the beauty of automation. I think actually we really just need one of these. and a couple of redstone, which we have none. Oh, because no, because no, because I don't know. Experience points. There you go. And that guy gets us 4 more. That's enough. Just enough. We're going to need more of these guys very soon, but we'll get to that. Okay, now the interesting thing... Okay, wait. I'm jumping the gun. Next thing we need... farm blocks, right? So the farm will function as is. I believe the only other block we need... No, we don't need any of those, actually, to make the farm work. It will function as is. But if we want to actually be able to automate it in any way, we need a gearbox, which is 3 tin gears. That allows us to put power in. And then we need a hatch, which is 2 more tin gears, which allows us to take items out and put items in. And we need a valve, which is 1 more tin gear, 6 tin gears all together. And the valve allows us to put water into the farm. That's one of the things the farm's going to need, is a supply of water. So we need 6 tin gears, which is 6 times 24. 6 times 4 is 24 tin. I don't think any of this is tin, guys. Oh, I'll tell you what. One. You know what? You know what we're gonna do? First bees we get are gonna be metal bees. I'm tired of mining. I'm down to the pit again. I'll be back. Alright, we're back with our 6 tin gears. Let's make what we need. I did a little bit of looking into things while stuff was cooking, just to refresh my memory, and it turns out that these multi-farms have changed quite a bit. Mostly with respect to how much size they cover. It's not a pressure plate we needed. There's a trapdoor. We're also going to need some glass, which we do not have. Got any sand lying about? Yes. Stupid bones. Stupid full inventory. Okay. It turns out I was wrong. You do actually need the gearbox, because the farm will not run out of power. Well, it will run without power, so that's the one of these things that you can't live without, and you gotta have the gearbox. We just want one. And actually, I think we want to use this one. Farm gearbox. Yeah, so we're going to be making a much smaller farm, which is great, because that means we have enough blocks here between all of this to make 2 farms, which we will use. And you'll see why we're going to want to. I'll show you that momentarily here. Get rid of this stupid arrow. And a farm valve. Grab ourselves some glass. We're not going to have any inventory space. Oh, there we go. Oh, made them out of the wrong. Actually, that's not true. The hatch is the right one. And I'll make that farm valve. Yep. Okay, so some considerations when building a forestry multi-farm. I made an area up here on the hill where I'm hoping it will be out of everyone's way. Which way? We are facing north. West is this corner. That's where we want to put our hatch. And that is because it will accept fertilizer from the north and dirt from the west, or maybe that's possibly reversed, but regardless, it'll only accept one or the other. You can't accept those from any other side. At least that's the way it used to be. So that may have changed also. Pillars. It's always going to be 4 high. That's a requirement. It's never going to vary from being 4 high. So that's something to keep in mind. The only requirement, you can put any of these blocks in any positions, and by those I mean these specialty blocks, the gearbox, the farm valve, and so on. Now, which way is north? Let's see the bases. Base is over that way. Okay, so we're going to put the farm gearbox there. So this third row has to be all farm blocks. It can't be any of the specialty blocks. That's the only real limitation that you have. So we're going to go. And I'm going to put our valve on the top here. And that is everything we need in terms of the specialty things. And we can see that it's actually a multi-block structure because now we've got this band that runs around, and that's that third row that has to be all. And now we've got our multi-block structure. This is the multi-farm. We'll get into how this all gets automated. I think in the next, well, we got a little bit of time. We're not going to be able to get it all done this episode, but maybe we can get it most of the way there. So the next thing we're going to need is a soldering iron. Iron, bronze, 1 bucket of water. Okay. Bucket of water. Bronze and 3 iron. Soldering iron is the tool that we use to configure the farm. Carpenter. Okay, it was bronze, iron. Oh, oops. And then the other thing we're going to need is a circuit. There's a spelling lesson. We need this intricate circuit. 3 gold, 6 redstone, bucket of water. gold, 6 redstone. Is that right? Yeah, 3 gold, 6 redstone. It's a little bit complicated getting this going, but this farm is so versatile that it'll amaze you. Okay, there's our soldering iron. We're going to push it as far as I know how to take it, just to demonstrate the full capabilities of what an auto farm can do. I don't think that we're going to be able to get it finished this episode, so what I think we should do, rather than try to just cut off in mid-project, is check in on our bees one more time. See, we're up to 8 there, and then if you look in here, we're going to have a whole bunch of crossbreeds, which is interesting. We actually got a cultivated drone. That's worth looking into. That might be a trait that we can grab out of there. The rest of these are junk. Here, doesn't look like we got anything going on, but we need to beealize them just to be on the safe side. So let's just quick and dump a bunch of this junk. Oh, let's keep our food on us. Dump a bunch of this junk out, and then we'll be able to beealize the bees. So what's this cultivated? Cultivated meadows. See, it's not nearly as happy as if it were a purebred cultivated. And that happened because we bred the common bee, which was a cross between forest and meadows, and then we bred it back in with a meadows bee, and that gets you the next mutation, which is cultivated. So that's kind of a rare thing that would happen. But meadows, forest, meadows, common. That's interesting. So I think we're going to breed these two back together, and the reason being we got forest meadows and meadows forest, and for some weird reason I'm pretty sure that doubles your chance of getting a mutation because you're crossing the inactive and the active traits. It's weird. I'm not sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure that it works. I've played through Forestry a few times, and it seems to work, as near as I can tell. Let's make sure these guys are going. And we'll start getting some crossbreeds. What I should do, actually, is put down these other 2 apiaries. And instead of doing this one at a time, we can, well, hello. Jeez. Let's go grab a couple of other bees. We can cross we can do a mystical. We could just do 2 mystical, and we'll grab a couple of. Hopefully they work here. I believe they do. Oh no, wait. This chest. These are some stock little guys in here, so we'll grab 2 of those. Remember, it's any 2 vanilla bees, or any 2, not vanilla bees, but any 2 hive species, so any 2 of the bees that you find out in the wild. So pretty much anything in this box, just grab 2 different species. Limitations are going to be things like your wintry bees, your modest bees, your infernal bees. You know, even the water bees will work here, but those other 3 bees, they won't even breed here because of the biome. We'd have to go over into the desert to breed up some modest bees, which we'll get into. And then there's ways to modify the biome that you're in, or overcome the biome that you're in if it doesn't agree with your bees. So that's it. That's it for the episode. little bit of halfway finished. There's a sense of being halfway finished, and that's unfortunate, but there it is. This episode can't go on forever, and there's just a lot to do. So make sure you guys leave me a like and maybe subscribe if you think that you might be interested in learning about some forestry. I've been through it quite a few times and feel like I've got a pretty good grasp on it. I'm hoping to share it with you guys. So anyway, I'm after beer stand, and you guys have a really good day.